The film begins with the Dignity Cup competition for the game of kabaddi. This competition features 8 teams from 8 different colleges, and the captain of the team that wins the championship receives the Student of the Year award. On this night, the competition final is held. At that moment, we see Maya, and she is saying, "Go, Rohan!" And here is the stubborn, aggressive, and rebellious young man, Rohan, storming the opposing team's ranks to score the championship points. Let me quickly explain the game of kabaddi to you. The match consists of 2 halves, where only one player from a team enters the opponent's territory and tries to touch 1, 2, 3, or as many players as possible. The more players he touches, the more points are scored for him, as each person touched equals 1 point. But the hardest part, my friend, is being able to return to his own territory after touching them. Anyway, Rohan's team needed 1 point to win the match. Rohan enters the opponent's side and touches one of them, but before he can get out, they overpower him and he is unable to escape with the points. Do you think he would give up, my friend? Of course not. He lifts them all into the air and returns to his team like a lion. Well, my friend, did it cross your mind that he was stung by a bee or bitten by a dog and transformed, for example? No, my friend, he possesses a talent called the talent for lying. The important thing is that they win the championship and he finally achieves the dream he has always had, the Student of the Year award. All of this was to win Maya's heart and have her love him as he loves her. Maya comes running to him and says, "I loved you so much. You were amazing." But before she can kiss him, he wakes up from his dream. Yes, my friend, he was still dreaming. Otherwise, could everything that just happened have been real? Anyway, he wakes up in his very modest school, where the teacher is explaining the lesson without anyone paying attention at all, including his friend who was drawing a priceless work of art. The lecture ends. His friend asks him, "What's wrong with you, man? What's the matter? Are you still going to be this sad over that girl? The girl left the school 2 months ago, and you're still thinking about her. If you keep this up, you'll fail the midterm exams and be a failure your whole life." Rohan replies, "You're a person with no feelings. How can I forget her when we spent 12 years together?" He remembers the past, the days of his childhood when he met Maya and fell in love with her at first sight. The days and years passed as they grew up together, and his love for her grew in his heart day by day until she transferred to St. College, a college only for the wealthy. And 60 days had passed in which he hadn't seen her or heard anything about her. His friend tells him, "Wake up and don't look at what's above you so you don't break your neck." Rohan tells him, "All I need is a check for 20,000 to enroll in that college, but where am I going to get it when I go to sleep to complete half my dinner?" Suddenly, Shreya drives up in her car, blows a kiss to Rohan, and enters the college. The guard tells them, "Get out of here." Rohan runs towards him, takes a selfie with him, and says, "The day I enter this college, I will come back to you to take another selfie." The guard replies sarcastically, "You, a student from Peshori College, coming here? I'll shave my beard if that happens." His friend tells him, "Dude, if you're planning to sell your house to come here, I'm ready to buy it." Rohan replies, "Mock me as you wish. Tomorrow, I will prove you wrong." Then he hits him and walks away. The next day, he goes to school, and the principal chooses the young men who will play in the Dignity Cup, telling them, "It's true that we have never won the championship, but this year we want to put on a good performance. And of course, our only hope rests on our star student, Rohan." Everyone cheers for him, but Abhay feels jealous. Indeed, they form 2 teams and begin training. Rohan enters their zone, touches a player, and gets out with ease. Abhay enters their zone, touches a player, and when he tries to get out, they catch him. But in the final seconds, he touches the line. Rohan tells his teammates, "This is not the right way to play. We need to focus more." The coach says, "You're right. These are failed young men." Rohan replies, "Maya was right when she told me that the real world is outside this failing school." Abhay says, "What are you waiting for, Romeo? Go to her at her college if you can." At that moment, Rohan hits him, and the other boys break them up. Rohan returns home upset, and his father tells him that a letter has arrived for him. He opens the letter to find a sports scholarship sent to him from St. College. He can't believe it and is overjoyed. He goes to Maya's house to share the good news, but she is asleep. After that, he goes down to the market to buy some worthless clothes. Then he goes to get a haircut from Mr. Iskander, the barber, and afterward goes to say goodbye to his college classmates. Everyone is sad except for Abhay. He bids them farewell and goes to get get his bicycle. No, not the old one, my friend. He bought a new one. Finally, he is on his way to St. College. He approaches the guard, gives him the invitation and a razor, and says, "Shave your beard." He enters the college and can't believe the grandeur surrounding him. He keeps searching for Maya everywhere to share his joy, but he can't find her. He asks about her, and they tell him to look in the dance hall. Indeed, he goes to the hall where there is a girl on stage, but it's not Maya. It's Shreya, who is practicing to win the dance competition but can't keep up with the fast tempo of the music. She tells the guy in charge of the music, "Hey you, slow down the beat a little." He replies, "Okay." He slows down the beat and she starts dancing. At that moment, Rohan sees Maya and calls out to her loudly. Shreya gets angry and says to him, "Are you stupid? Don't you see me dancing?" He replies, "And you want me to applaud for you? I was calling my classmate." She says to him, "Are you the new student from Peshori College? Did you come here to collect donations for them?" He answers her, "I came here on a sports scholarship." She says with contempt, "My God, the college has started accepting trash." He retorts, "You're right, trash like your dancing performance?" She says defiantly, "Really? Why don't you come and show us your performance, son of Peshori?" He takes off his jacket and heads to the stage. Maya is very embarrassed by what is happening. Shreya plays the music for him and he starts to dance. I swear to God, this young man is not normal. He has amazing moves. At that moment, Shreya gets annoyed and speeds up the music's tempo. Do you think that will hinder him, my friend? Of course not. The young man adapts to the rhythm as if he's powered by electricity. What an amazing performance. At that moment, everyone is dazzled by his phenomenal performance. Shreya is furious at what is happening, so she throws the music player on the floor and tells the guy, "Hey you, send the bill for this thing to my father." Then she leaves them and walks away. Maya also leaves. Rohan goes after her and says, "This college is so big, they should have a taxi stand in it." She replies, "Why? Please don't exaggerate. It's just a college. And I want to tell you something, but don't get me wrong. My father owns 2 gas stations, and that's how he was able to get me into this college. But you, how did you get here?" He answers, "On a sports scholarship." At that moment, he sees Shreya from a distance and asks, "Who is that girl?" She tells him, "Listen, it's better if you stay away from her. She's a wicked girl who loves pranks. A couple of days ago, she tied the hand of the college statue to a poor guy's car and was the reason he got expelled from college." He asks, "And how do you all let her do all this?" She replies, "Because her father is the owner of the college." He says, "Aha." She adds, "And one more thing, don't try to like any girl from here. They are all from a completely different level." He tells her, "And you think I would look at any other girl while you're by my side? You know what? You and I will form a great team in the dance competition, and we will definitely win it." She says, "Okay, I'll leave you now because I have lectures," and leaves him. He follows her and says, "Why have you changed with me like this?" She replies, "I haven't changed, but I'm focusing on my life a little. Forget the teenage talk we used to have." He says, "How can I forget it? I came here specifically for you." She says, "I didn't ask you to come. I would have respected you more if you had come here for your ambition. I'm not thinking about love or any of that nonsense. I'm here to achieve my dreams for myself, not for someone else." He says, "But I came here for..." She cuts him off. "There's no need for that. Goodbye for now," and leaves him. Rohan is shocked. The next day, he keeps watching her from a distance, very sad. At that time, Manav comes to stand beside him and says, "You're the student who was dancing against Shreya?" He replies, "Yes, that's me." He says, "I'm very happy with you." Then he points to Shreya and says, "And she's putting gum in that girl's hair." Rohan says, "Do you see this? She's really crazy." Manav says, "I know, she's my sister." Rohan is shocked. Manav adds, "But you don't know that she has a kind and big heart." At that moment, the principal says, "Today, we have chosen the team that will participate in the Dignity Cup competition, and we have also chosen the team captain, student Manav." Everyone chants Manav's name, and Rohan wonders, "Who is Manav?" Manav replies, "That's me." Then he leaves him and goes to receive the medal. Rohan continues to watch Maya from afar. Shreya goes to him and says, "You fool, she will never love you." He retorts, "And I will never love you." She says, "I didn't mean that. Go to the coach. She likes guys with muscles like yours. Show off in front of her and ask her to add you to the competition team. The team wins the competition every year, and this way you'll prove yourself to Maya, and then she'll fall in love with you. He believes her. He indeed goes and starts flexing his muscles for the coach, saying, "What do you think? Do my muscles allow me to join the championship, or am I not at the required level?" At that moment, he is shocked to learn that the coach does not like muscles and is married to a man of slight build. He tells her, "I'm sorry." She replies, "It's okay. In any case, it's too late and the tryouts are over. You have only one option, which is to go through trials against guys older than you." He answers, "I agree." And indeed, the first test begins, which is the race. The coach says, "Our college holds the record in the 100-meter race at 11 seconds, and the student who achieved this record is Manav. But this year, we want to break this record. Are you ready? And you, Rohan, will you be able to run in these shoes?" He answers, "Yes." She says, "All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. The race begins. Manav is ahead of everyone, but the cheetah, Rohan, catches up to him and wins the race, breaking the record and setting a new one. Everyone applauds him. Manav goes to him and says, "It seems we all need to change our shoes. Well done." At that moment, Maya starts to fall for him. They enter the lecture hall, and she throws him a note asking him to be her partner in the dance competition. From here, she begins to get attached to him, and he is already attached to her. They spend most of their time together and go back to their childhood days. She tells him, "Why don't you come and let me give you a tattoo?" He replies, "I don't like them." She says, "Come on, it will be on me. Don't be afraid." He says, "The problem is that I might like something today and tomorrow I won't, and a tattoo can't be erased. It will always remind me of the thing I loved and then hated." She says, "Get something you will love for your whole life." He says, "I'll get a tattoo of you." She playfully hits him. She says, "You know what? My dream is for us to win this dance competition." He replies, "And my dream is to make all your dreams come true." She hugs and kisses him. The next day, the coach takes his weight and height for him to undergo the kabaddi test. They form two teams, with Manav on the opposing team. Manav enters their zone, touches two players, and gets out with ease. Rohan enters their zone but can't touch any player because they form a circle around him. He tries to get out, but they catch him, and thus he fails the test. He gets sad and goes to the changing room. Manav comes in and tells him, "It's okay, my friend. You won't be able to play in the competition, and I'm the reason." Rohan replies, "Man, you and your team are professionals, and you deserve to be in the championship." Manav says, "Well, tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be waiting for you and Maya, but wear superhero costumes. And take care of him, Maya." She replies, "I will." Indeed, they wear the costumes and go to the party. Rohan spots Shreya standing far away. Maya asks, "Whose amazing car is this?" Rohan answers her, "It's my car, but I didn't like the color, so I thought it would be better to take public transport." A guy tells them, "Take your hand off this car. It's Manav's car." Meanwhile, his classmates from Peshori College see him and say, "What's this, man? Are you invited to this amazing party? Is this party for you?" He answers them, "No, it's my colleague Manav's party." They say, "Your colleague is our colleague. Please let us in with you." Maya says to Rohan, "Let's get out of here. We should leave." Indeed, they enter the party and greet Manav. Outside, his classmates were licking beer bottles from the trash. Shreya sees them and says, "You're Rohan's friends, right?" They answer, "Yes." She tells them, "All right, Rohan called me and asked me to let you in. Wear these masks and go into him." Indeed, they enter, head to the bar, and start drinking whatever they find in front of them. Rohan spots them, runs to them, and says, "What are you doing here? And who let you in?" They answer him, "You let us in." Maya tells Manav, "This bar is really great." He answers her, "If you like it, you can come every day. This place belongs to my father." She says, "Wow." Shreya grabs the microphone and says, "My brother and my love, the symbol of competence and manliness. Manav, Rohan's friends want to congratulate you on your birthday. Come on up, guys." Indeed, they get on stage and sing to him, "Happy birthday, Manav. We wish you a black year and that you spend your life in collapse, and God willing, your end will be in the fire." Manav gets annoyed and tells his friends, "Go and get them out of here." They go to them and say, "Get out of here, you scoundrels." Abhay says, "Be careful not to hurt your hand, mister, and speak respectfully to the guests." The guy asks him, "Who invited you in the first place?" He replies, "We are Rohan's friends." And from here, chaos breaks out at the party, and Shreya is extremely happy. Manav and his friends pick them up and throw them outside. They say to Rohan, "Did you bring us in just to insult us like this?" He replies, "I didn't do anything." They say, "Whether you did it or not, it doesn't matter anymore. From now on, you're not our friend and we don't know you." Maya tells them, "Leave him alone now. Get out of here." Indeed, they leave. Maya gets upset and says to Rohan, "Look at yourself. You either choose them or you choose us." He answers her, "I'm with you. Believe me, I'm not the one who let them in." She says, "Then who did?" and leaves him. Shreya tells him, "Welcome, hero." He then realizes she was the one who let them in. The next day, he parks his bike in the spot where she parked her car. She tells him, "Move this piece of junk from here, dear." He retorts, "Is this spot registered in your name?" She says, "No, but this spot is for girls." He replies, "All right, take this. Bye-bye, kitty." He goes to his lecture, and when he comes out, he finds that she has spray-painted his bike pink and tells him, "Now it's a girl's bike. You can park it here anytime. And take this too." Everyone laughs at him. The principal learns what happened and summons both of them and also summons her father. The principal tells her father, "Sir, your son Manav is the pride of the entire college, but this daughter of yours is a disaster. Sir, she is going to paralyze me." Her father gets up and slaps her hard, saying to her, "If I get another complaint about you, I'll smash your face in completely. And you, son, I will give you the money for your bike." Rohan feels bad for her while she goes to vent her anger through dancing. Rohan tells her, "How did we get to this point? Why do you hate me so much? At least listen to me. Give us a chance to be friends." She replies, "Listen, the dance competition starts in 4 days. Be a challenger and don't be soft, so I don't feel sorry for you when I defeat you," and leaves him. Rohan tells Manav everything that happened, and Manav tells him, "Man, don't worry about it. But the problem is, I'll be with her in the competition." Rohan says, "Oh my God, that means we'll be up against each other?" He replies, "Exactly, but I'd like to warn you, Manav doesn't know the taste of defeat." Rohan says, "I'll make you taste it, and I'll break your arrogance, because I'm ready to do the impossible to make Maya's dream come true." Indeed, both of them begin intense training, but Rohan and Maya are much better. Manav looks at Maya, and Maya looks at him, and their glances are incomprehensible. Finally, the competition begins. Maya says to him, "We're definitely going to win, right?" He answers, "Do you need proof?" She says, "I wish." He shows her the tattoo he got on his arm with her name. She hugs him, and then the competition starts. At the beginning, they all dance together. Then each person dances alone. Manav delivers a pretty good dance. Do you think Rohan will let him get away with it, my friend? Of course not. The young man gets on stage and sets the place on fire. "You're amazing, Rohan." After that, everyone pairs up until the last 2 teams are left, Manav and Rohan. Rohan and Maya's performance is much better, but suddenly Maya falls, ruining the performance. And Manav and Shreya win. They receive the trophy, and Maya is utterly heartbroken. Rohan takes her home and tells her, "Come on, smile now." She says no and leaves him. He also returns home, but he keeps thinking about her and can't sleep, so he decides to go to her again. When he gets there, he doesn't find her in her room. He goes down to look for her and is shocked when he finds her standing with Manav in that position. He remembers that she was the one who let go of his hand because Manav asked her to. He goes to them and slaps Manav hard. He looks at Maya in a state of shock, unable to believe what is happening. "She doesn't deserve you, brother. Come on, I'll find you a bride." The next day, he goes to the college and the principal summons him. He goes to him and the principal says, "You hit Manav yesterday." He replies, "Yes, sir, but that was outside the college." The principal says, "It doesn't matter whether it was outside the college or inside. It's all the same. The disaster is that you hit him. Do you know whose son he is?" He replies, "I know, sir, but he was with my girlfriend. What did you want me to do?" The principal says, "I found out everything, but this is not right, my son. The issue has reached the administrative board, and there's nothing I can do. Take this letter. You've been expelled from the college." Rohan is shocked and says, "Sir, but this isn't fair." He replies, "I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do." At that moment, he takes his things and leaves, with the world turning black in his eyes. Manav blocks his path and says, "I'm sorry for what happened, but I told you I don't like to lose." Rohan replies, "You won because you're a cheater." sure. Manav says, "Kid, do you think you can just enter the college on a charity scholarship and do whatever you want?" He shouts, "Look, everyone, someone from the destitute Peshori College wants to reach the level of Saint College students." Then he adds, "It seems you've forgotten who you are. I took you under my wing and showed you pity, and in the end, you want to challenge me and win?" Rohan asks him, "I want to know, why did you involve Maya in this?" Manav replies, "Kid, do you think I planned all of this? Honey, look at yourself and look at me. Look where you are and where I am. There's no comparison between us. Maya chose me because I'm the best." Rohan hits him, leaves him, and walks away. And as he is walking, Manav's friends treacherously hit him from behind, tossing them around like a ball. There were too many of them for him. Do you think that will affect him, my friend? Of course not. He rises against them like a ferocious beast and breaks their bones one by one. At that moment, Manav runs at him with a piece of wood and knocks him to the ground. But he is unaffected. He gets back on his feet and grabs that guy by the neck. Manav screams, "Let the guy go!" But he doesn't let go. Instead, he keeps hitting his arm and completely finishes him off. Maya looks at him, then leaves him and walks away. Manav tells him, "You were dreaming of entering the college to win the cup and the most beautiful girl in it, right? In front of me, you will lose everything. You are an insect, and you will live the rest of your life as a failure and a wretch." Then he delivers a final blow that throws him completely out of the college. After that, he is haunted by nightmares, and his life is completely destroyed. He goes to the college and remembers the sweetheart who broke his heart. He returns to his old classmates, but none of them pay him any attention. He goes again to see Maya and finds her spending time with Manav. With every minute, his life gets worse than the minute before. He returns home and breaks everything around him. His mother takes him in her arms and tells him, "Forget her, my son. She left you for her own benefit. You focus on your future and live for yourself. In this world, no one helps anyone, my son. Focus on your talent, and believe me, you will reach all your dreams." At that moment, he goes back to wearing his Peshori school uniform and heads towards St. College. He enters the college like a lion, and everyone is focused on him while he sees no one. He approaches Manav and says, "You asked for me. What do you want?" Manav replies, "I asked for you to tell you that I'm sorry. Throw the past behind you and let's start a new chapter." Rohan retorts, "Unfortunately, what is broken cannot be fixed, and I'd like to tell you that the year is not over yet. As for Maya, hyenas always eat the leftovers of lions. Maya is a closed chapter, and you were a part of that chapter. In any case, the year is not over yet. We'll see which of us will win the Dignity Cup and who will win the Student of the Year award." Manav says, "I've won both of those titles for 2 years in a row, and I'm eagerly awaiting the hat trick." Rohan replies, "I had one wish in my life, and you took it from me. I promise you that I will return the favor and deprive you of those 2 titles." Manav says, "It seems the beating you took affected your mind, and you've forgotten who you're talking to." Rohan answers him, "The day I face you in the Dignity Cup, I will bring you down and make you forget who you are. Today is yours, but the rest of the year is mine, and stop me if you can." Then he leaves him, and everyone is worried by the hell that seems to be in his eyes. He returns to his old school and asks the coach to let him back on the team. The coach welcomes him, and the principal tells him, "Return to the team and take the lead." He replies, "No, let Abe remain the captain as he is." Shreya goes to Maya and tells her, "Listen, I want you to get my brother Manav expelled just like you got Rohan expelled from the college, because frankly, I'm fed up with him. And don't worry, I'll pay you." Maya replies, "I didn't get Rohan expelled." Shreya says, "But you betrayed him." Maya retorts, "Money isn't everything, my dear. You're sick." Shreya says, "I'm surprised. How could your heart dare to betray him?" Maya replies, "I know I was wrong, and I regret what happened." After that, Rohan goes to his team and finds them having left practice and joking around. He enters the field, and Abe says to him, "Where are you going? The team is full. Get out and sit with the reserves. Why are you standing there frozen? Listen to me. I'm the captain." Indeed, he sits on the bench. At that time, Shreya comes to him and says, "Your school is really bad, man." She gives him the dance competition trophy and says, "Don't get me wrong. Listen, I know what you went through was very tough, and that's why we have to give them a taste of their own medicine. There's a very big dance competition. You and I will be a team, and we'll win it." He tells her, "Really? Get out of my face now." Abe Shreya grabs the flyer and tells her, "Well done. Take this loser and help him win." She retorts, "He lost because he trusted someone, and that person betrayed his trust." Another teammate says, "And what did we do to him when he insulted us in front of everyone at the party?" She tells him, "You idiot. That was all my plan. I was the one who asked you to come in. He didn't ask me. Do you understand now? I'm surprised how you can doubt your friend. You are truly idiots." And she leaves them. Rohan returns to his teammates, and their relationship becomes as strong as it was before. In the evening, he goes to the place where the St. College students hang out, and Maya is in front of him. He looks at her with contempt and continues on his way. He goes to Shreya, gives her the paper, and tells her, "If you want to do something, do it for yourself, not for someone else, especially not for those two standing behind you." She says, "Thanks, I don't want advice from you," and ignores him completely. He leaves her and goes. The next day, he finds her waiting for him in front of his house, and he is very happy. They go up to the roof of the house to start practicing together. Naturally, since he lives in the countryside, all the people are watching them. They finish dancing, and everyone around them applauds. After that, Shreya returns home and takes a cake out of the refrigerator. Manav tells her, "Don't go to him again. He's using you to break me." She retorts, "Do you think everyone is like you? Besides, even if that happened, it wouldn't affect you much." She leaves him and goes. She goes to celebrate her birthday alone because no one at home cares about her after her mother's death. She goes down to her father and waits for him to say happy birthday, but he doesn't. She goes to Rohan to practice with him and finds that he has prepared a surprise for her, a birthday party, and everyone is singing to her and congratulating her at the top of their lungs. She is overjoyed and asks him, "How did you know today is my birthday?" He replies, "I sent you a friend request on Facebook, and you didn't accept it. Come on, let's blow out the candle." She pulls him closer and says, "Thank you for this beautiful surprise," and hugs him. And from here, my friend, the impossible begins to happen. The two become very attached to each other and spend most of their time together. Shreya's love for him grows insanely, and she tells him, "Man, you spent 12 years loving her one-sidedly, but I fell in love with you in the first month I spent with you." He asks, "Really?" She says, "I'm not kidding. I'm content with you loving me a quarter of the love you had for her. When you're 91 years old and on your deathbed, you won't have any uncles or aunts, so who do you think will be by your side at that time?" He replies, "Nurse Nancy, of course." Then he leaves her and goes. Finally, the competition begins, and they win it after great effort. On their way back with the trophy, she tells him, "You know what? Our house is full of trophies and awards, but believe me, this is the first time I've truly felt like I've won an award." He replies, "Because you worked hard for it." She says, "All right, take it and keep it with you." He says, "No, this is yours." She says, "Well, if I go back home with it, my father will open an investigation into where it came from and how I got it. Don't worry, keep it with you. This past period has been the most beautiful time of my life, and I'm truly very happy." And she hugs him. At that moment, Maya sees them. She is shocked and goes to them saying, "Rohan, I left Manav." Shreya says to her, "Aren't you ashamed of yourself?" Maya says to Rohan, "Please give me a chance to talk." Indeed, they sit together, and she tells him, "Manav expelled me from the college. I didn't know he would do that." Shreya says, "Don't believe her. She's lying. Let's get out of here." Rohan tells her, "Please, you wait." Maya says, "Please, I know I was wrong. Forgive me. I was selfish and looked out for my own interests." Shreya says, "You're shameless. After all this, you come to apologize so easily? Truly, those with any shame are dead." Maya accidentally spills tea on her hand. Rohan panics over Maya and tells Shreya, "Get out of here now." Shreya is saddened, takes her things, and leaves. She returns home and goes back to her loneliness. The next day, she tells her father, "I want to travel to participate in the dance competition in London." He answers her, "You've talked to me about this several times. Listen to me, daughter, there's no travel." At that moment, Rohan enters and says, "Hello, uncle. I want to tell you that your daughter won this trophy with her own effort. She was even afraid to tell you, but I told her that your father would surely be happy when he finds out and would be proud of you. Your daughter worked very hard to win this trophy, and surely you are happy for her, aren't you, sir? Oh, excuse me, I've taken up too much of your time. Congratulations, Shreya. I'd like to say that your daughter is truly talented." And he leaves them. Finally, the Dignity Cup competition is announced, which will begin 1 month from today. This month, my friend, will pass in just just a few minutes. Anyway, these are the 8 teams participating in the competition, each team representing a specific college. Rohan's friends say to Manav, "Hey Manav, princess, are you going to participate in the competition? Look, brothers, how beautiful this girl is. Look at her soft hair. Look how beautiful she is." Manav replies to them, "Enjoy these moments, because I will make you grieve in the competition." The other one says, "All right, guys, I'm sad now. Don't be sad, beautiful." At that moment, he looks at his teammates, and when they go outside, they beat them up. The boys can't do anything against them, so they run away. But Manav and his friends keep chasing them, corner them at the bleachers, and break their bones. Abai intervenes, but he can't do anything against them. At that moment, a student goes to Rohan and tells him, "Hurry, Manav and his friends are beating up our teammates." By that time, they have completely exhausted them and taken them to the top of the bleachers. Do you think this will end well, my friend? Of course not. Rohan comes running like a horse, setting the ground on fire. "You're amazing, Rohan." He breaks through their ranks and gets there, and without any introductions, he takes them down. He faces them one by one and smashes their faces. Do you think the story is over, my friend? Of course not. He runs at them and delivers a 3-dimensional double strike, throwing them to the ground. Manav, who sees himself as strong, attacks, but against whom? We have Rohan the Beast. 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th, he is about to fall from the bleachers, but Rohan catches him. And even though he saved him from death, this scoundrel wants to hit him. Does he let him? Of course not. He smashes his face, and the security and his coach have a hard time pulling him away. Meanwhile, they take Abe to the hospital. Shreya goes to them and says, "How is he now?" Maya replies, "He got 6 stitches on his head." Shreya says, "Okay, listen, I don't want you to be angry with me. I'm really sorry. I got angry in spite of myself back then." Rohan takes her hand. She says to Maya, "You love him, right?" Maya replies, "The word love is an understatement. There's nothing in the world to describe my love for him." Shreya says, "Forget about me. If you do anything to him that saddens him, I will not spare you." She gives them a bouquet of flowers and says, "Give these to Abe." Then she leaves them. Rohan follows her and calls out, "Shreya." She retorts, "Man, why did you leave her alone inside? She might run off with the doctor and leave you." He laughs and says, "Are you okay?" She says, "Thanks to your talk with my father, he agreed to my trip to London. I'm going to the dance competition." Tears almost well up in his eyes as he says, "Good, you'll achieve your dream. When are you leaving?" She says, "At the end of the semester. I have to see you lose the school competitions." He takes her hand and tells her, "I love you." She says, "And I don't love you," and hugs him. Enough, man. My tears are about to fall. Anyway, she leaves him. Abe wakes up, and Rohan rushes to him. The principal says, "Someone tell me what happened," but no one speaks. One of the students says, "I don't know what to tell you, but Rohan's challenge is what caused us these problems with St. College." Rohan starts to leave, but Abe says, "It's true that the problems concern Rohan, but basically we're all one team. What concerns him concerns us. It's true I didn't like Rohan, but he was the only one who came and saved me from them. The St. College team is successful because they are all united, but each one of us says every man for himself, and we lost even before we started. We need to wake up. We need to be united and take things more seriously. Then you will see the change." Rohan is happy with these words because he had wished for this to happen, for the team to be united. The coach tells them this is what's required. And finally, they begin intense training, and everyone works on themselves as a dependable part of the team. Indeed, their performance improves. Their bond with each other becomes much stronger, and each one of them cares for the other. Finally, the awaited day arrives, the day of the competitions. The competitions begin, and the first one is the 100-meter race. The race starts, and Rohan is far ahead of them, but in the final moments, Manav catches up to him and even wins. The second race is the 400 meters, and the same thing happens as before. Rohan gets a big lead, but in the last 30 meters, Manav catches up and beats him in the same way. The coach asks him, "What's wrong with you? How does this guy beat you so easily?" He replies, "Don't worry about what is past." They enter the final race, the 800 meters, which is the most important. The race begins, and as usual, Rohan is in the lead, and Manav is catching up, even passing him. At that moment, Rohan turns into a Ferrari, shifts into fifth gear, and catches up to him. "Come back, kid." He overtakes him and finally wins the first race. The next day, the most important competition begins, the Dignity Cup, and the captain of the winning team will be crowned with the Student of the Year award. The first match begins between St. College and Greenfield School. School, and St. College wins with ease. After that, it's the match between Peshori School and Springfield School. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, they are a very strong team. A player from their team enters Peshori's zone, touches the first player, and gets out with a point. It's Peshori's turn. Abai enters and touches a player, but they pin him down and he is unable to get out with a point. After that, his teammates enter one by one and they can't get out with any points. And so, only Rohan is left. He enters the middle of a full team by himself, touches the first player, then the second, and cleverly gets out from between them. At that moment, everyone chants his name, and his teammates are overjoyed. They appear completely different after returning to the field. And indeed, they win the match. They enter the changing room happy. Rohan tells them, "This is just the beginning. What's coming is much tougher. We don't want to repeat today's mistakes." Indeed, they play the second match and win, and they play the third and win as well. The Saint team qualifies for the final. Then it's Peshori's turn, and they also qualify for the final. Everyone chants their names because it's the first time they have reached the final. Fear appears in the eyes of the Saint team. "I swear he will defeat you, Manav." Maya runs to Rohan and hugs him, but Rohan looks at the stands and sees the sadness and jealousy in Shreya's eyes. On the way, Maya tells him, "I can't believe it. This is truly a miracle. I'm so happy." She wants to kiss him, but he moves away because he is respectful and well-raised. Anyway, she asks him, "Are you still angry with me?" He replies, "And you think what happened was easy and will be resolved with the word sorry? If the word sorry could bring back the past, then the words may he rest in peace would bring back the dead." She says, "I'm ready for any punishment." He replies, "It's not my right to punish you. Besides, all that's on my mind right now is achieving my dreams, and that's it." She says, "Your dreams are my dreams." He tells her, "Don't repeat my mistake. Don't try to enter someone else's dreams." She says, "You're right, but I will love you for the rest of my life." He kisses her on the forehead. The next day, before the final match begins, he looks for Shreya but can't find her. He keeps searching for her like a madman until he finds her. He goes to her and sits beside her. She asks him, "Are you going to give up?" He replies, "No, not yet. Don't you want to see me lose?" His teammate tells him, "Hurry up, Romeo. We need you in the room." He says to her, "Come on, come with me." She says, "Isn't your sweetheart going to cheer for you?" He replies, "Maya is a thing of the past, but you are the present." She asks, "And the future?" He answers, "When I reach the age of 91 and am on my deathbed, there will only be one person by my side." She says, "Nurse Nancy, right?" He says, "No, you. Do you agree to spend the rest of my life with me?" She says, "You fool, who else would be by your side?" His friend says, "Man, hurry up, we're going to lose the championship." She tells him, "Be strong and focus on your dream, and most importantly, the Student of the Year award." And indeed, the match begins. The first to enter is Manav. He touches 3 of them, gets out with ease, and scores the first 3 points for his team. Abai enters their zone, touches a player, but they overpower him and take him out. Boogie enters and can't do anything. Finally, it's the turn of the superhuman Rohan. As usual, he is the last hope. He enters their zone with full confidence, touches the first and the second, and on the third, he flips over and returns to his zone. He brings his teammates back to the field, and as usual, excitement fills their hearts, and they deliver an amazing performance. They tie with them and even lead by 5 points. Rohan enters to finish the match and win it. He touches a player and is about to get out, but they catch him, and the scoundrel Manav breaks his shoulder. Everyone starts yelling at the referee because this is illegal, but the referee ignores them. Rohan leaves injured and unable to continue the match. And after him, my friend, the situation turns 180 degrees. His teammates are scattered, and the first half ends with a 27-point lead for St. College, meaning the match is almost over, and Rohan won't be able to play. The coach tells them, "The match is very tough, no problem. Next year we'll perform better and surely win the championship." Do you think Rohan will let them win so easily, my friend? Of course not. He comes down to the field like a lion with his injured shoulder, and he is furious. Watch out, guys. A player from their team enters and wants to touch Rohan, taking advantage of his injury, but Rohan turns the tables on him, passes under him, and takes him out of the field. And that was just the beginning. Come to me now. He enters their zone, touches the first, the second, and the third, and comes out with 3 points, taking 3 of their players out of the game. It's Manav's turn. He enters their zone and wants to touch a player, but Rohan grabs his leg and throws him to the ground. Taste defeat. They had only 10 minutes to make a comeback. Indeed, they start to close the gap until the difference is only 4 points. With 30 seconds left in the match, Manav enters, and if he gets out with 1 point, they will win the match. He wastes some time, but he touches one of their players and escapes in the final seconds. That scoundrel! And St. College wins the championship, my friend. Rohan is utterly heartbroken, and the coach, the fans, and everyone is sad about what happened. At that moment, the video referee, VAR, says there was an error. Manav got out after 29 seconds, meaning there was still 1 second left in the match. And this 1 second gives the Peshori team a chance for just one more raid. And who will raid other than the ferocious lion, Rohan? But what's required in this one raid is for him to touch all 7 of their players and return to his zone for them to win the match. This is the impossible itself, my friend. Rohan enters their zone, and at that moment, Manav uses a secret plan against him, where they surround him so he cannot get out. At that moment, Rohan remembers when they did the same thing to him in practice. He turns their plan against them. He touches the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, count with me, my friend, 5th, 6th, and the 7th is Manav. He lifts him and throws him to the ground, but his teammates gather around him, restrain him, and pin him in place. At that moment, the entire film flashes before his eyes. He remembers the humiliation he endured, and he remembers his promise to Manav that he would win the championship and the Student of the Year award. He gathers all his strength in his broken shoulder, my friend, and keeps fighting until he touches the line. And finally, they win the championship. And I, as a viewer, am happy and believe that he won against them with his broken shoulder. Anyway, his teammates rush to him overjoyed. Shreya runs to him and hugs him. As for you, traitor, your place is in the stands. And for the first time, Peshori School wins the championship, and they lift the cup. And Rohan is crowned with the title of Student of the Year, my friend. And I wish the same for you, my friend, when I see you as the best man in the world. What, my friend, are you expecting me to give you the trophy? The most I can do is pray for you and make you a cup of tea. And here the film ends. In the end, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive our exciting videos. See you in the next video. Goodbye, my friend.